Welcome to Veterans Claims Compass, guiding you every step of the way. If you're trying to navigate the VA disability claims process, you're in the right place. My goal is to help veterans better understand how the VA works so they can build stronger claims, avoid common mistakes, and move forward with confidence. Today, we're going to answer one of the biggest questions veterans ask. How do I get to 100% VA disability? If you've spent any time on YouTube or social media, you've probably seen videos promising secret strategies, hidden loopholes, or guaranteed ways to reach 100%. The truth is, there aren't any. Over the past year, I've spent countless hours researching the VA claims process, reading regulations, reviewing decision letters, and learning from experienced advocates and fellow veterans. One thing has become very clear. The veterans who eventually receive a 100% rating usually aren't the ones chasing a percentage. They're the ones who understand how the VA works and build their claims strategically. Today, I'm going to walk you through 5 strategies that can dramatically strengthen your VA disability claim. Let's get started. Strategy number 1: build the claim the VA needs to approve. One of the biggest mistakes veterans make is assuming the VA is going to connect all the dots. They won't. The VA can only make decisions based on the evidence in your file. Every successful claim has 3 basic elements. First, you need a current diagnosed disability. Second, you need evidence of an event, injury, illness, or exposure during military service, or evidence that the condition developed secondary to an already service-connected disability. Third, you need evidence connecting the two. Sometimes that's already in your records. Other times, a medical opinion or Nexus letter may be needed. Before you file, ask yourself, if I were the VA, do I have enough evidence to approve this claim? If the answer is no, spend your time strengthening your evidence before you submit the claim. That's strategy. Strategy number 2: understand how C&P examiners think. A lot of veterans walk into a C&P exam believing the examiner is there to help them win their claim. That's not really their role. The examiner is there to answer medical questions for the VA. They're evaluating whether you have a diagnosis, how severe your condition is, and in many cases, whether it's at least as likely as not related to your military service. They're also comparing what you tell them with your medical records. That's why consistency is so important. Before your exam, review your records. Know your history. Think about how your condition affects your work, your daily activities, and your relationships. Don't exaggerate your symptoms, but don't minimize them either. Many veterans are used to saying, "I'm fine." The C&P exam isn't the place for that. Be honest, be specific, and describe your condition as it is on your worst days, not your best one. Strategy number 3: think bigger than one condition. One thing I've noticed is that many veterans only think about the condition they're filing. Experienced claimants think much differently. They ask, what else developed because of this? For example, if you're service connected for a knee injury, has it affected your hip or back because you've been walking differently? If you're service connected for diabetes, have you developed complications like peripheral neuropathy or diabetic retinopathy? If you have PTSD, are there other conditions that may be related? The goal isn't to file every condition imaginable. The goal is to identify every condition that's supported by your medical records and the evidence. Many veterans don't reach higher ratings because one disability suddenly gets worse. They reach higher ratings because every qualifying condition is properly identified and evaluated. Strategy number 4: know the rating criteria before your exam. This is one of the most overlooked strategies. Most veterans don't read the rating criteria until after they've been denied. That's backwards. The VA doesn't rate conditions based on what sounds serious. It rates them based on specific criteria found in the schedule for rating disabilities. Understanding those criteria helps you understand what symptoms the VA evaluates and why certain questions are asked during your C&P exam. It also helps you make sure your medical records accurately document the severity of your condition. Knowledge isn't about gaming the system, it's about understanding how the system works. Strategy number 5: treat every decision as a roadmap. Here's something that surprises a lot of veterans. Many veterans who eventually receive a 100% rating were denied at some point. The difference is they didn't simply give up, they figured out why. Every VA decision includes a section called Reasons for Decision. That's where the VA tells you what element of your claim wasn't established. Maybe they said there wasn't enough evidence connecting your condition to service. Maybe they questioned the diagnosis. Maybe they determined the medical evidence didn't support a higher evaluation. Instead of getting frustrated, use that information to strengthen your next step. Whether that's filing a supplemental claim with new and relevant evidence or requesting a higher level review because you believe the VA made an error, your strategy should always address the specific reason for the denial. Don't keep submitting the same evidence and expect a different result. Solve the problem the VA identified. Closing. If you remember one thing from today's video, let it be this: getting to a 100% VA disability rating isn't about finding loopholes. It's about building the strongest claim possible. Understand how the VA evaluates evidence. Understand what C and P examiners are looking for. Identify every condition that's supported by the facts and your medical records. Know the rating criteria. And if you're denied, use that decision as a roadmap to build a stronger claim. That's the strategy. If you found this video helpful, I'd really appreciate it if you subscribe to Veterans Claims Compass. My goal is to help veterans better understand the VA disability claims process, one step at a time, so you can move forward with confidence. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.